This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. With your hosts, the voice of the Blackjacks, Nick Kosko.
And head coach Ron James.
Now, Blackjacks Weekly.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, it's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light. I'm your host, Nick Kosko, joined alongside, as always, by Atlantic City Blackjacks head coach Ron James. We are entering Week 5. The Blackjacks take on the Albany Empire this Saturday at 7 p.m. at Boardwalk Hall. Of course, you can catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN starting at 6:30 p.m. with me and Coffee Jones. 2-2 Blackjacks, 4-0 Albany Empire. Coach, I would say biggest game of the season so far. You talked about it before. The external noise is out there. People in the media, people in the league, a lot of different circles are saying this is a great Albany team that could be underestimating you guys right here in Atlantic City.
Well, there's a great buzz about the game for sure, Nick, and we're excited about it. We couldn't be happier to have this game at home. You know, obviously we want to face the best team in the league, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do that in the friendly confines of Boardwalk Hall, which is great for us. So we're excited about that. But, you know, more than anything else, it's a point in the season where we're almost mid-season, and so we're anticipating, you know, kind of turning that corner. And we've won some good games at home, and we've given the home crowd some things to cheer for, and now we're really going to get tested.
Friendly confines, and that place ggets rabid in there. It seems like every bad call or anything that goes against the Blackjacks' way, those fans are immediately booing the referees or booing the other team. I think it's a nice little hostile environment for the
well, friendly for us is what I mean. Not friendly for the visitors. I mean, shoot.
Biggest takeaways from last week have to be, obviously, you guys got the win over Baltimore. It was a hotly contested game. There's a bit of a chippiness between both sides. I know you kind of want to leave that off the field, not bring it onto the field, but nonetheless, that score might have not been totally indicative of how that game actually went. I know it was 48-41, but pretty much you guys controlled the entire game from the get-go.
Oh, I love the narrative. We hang on to win. I mean, come on now. We had those guys handily beat.
It was a garbage time touchdown at the end.
Yeah, it was 15 points, you know, with under a minute to play. So there really wasn't anything that they could have done to win the football game at that point. But you know what makes arena football great is the fact that, you know, teams do come back, and it adds to the drama at the end of the game. And, you know, we were disappointed we didn't finish it out with a 15-point differential that we had because, you know, you never know how this thing's going to come down the last few weeks of the season. It could come down to point differential. So, you know, a little disappointing that way, but played a great defensive game, and I really felt that our offense should have capitalized a few more times. Certainly a game we could have scored about 60 points if we did the right things. And our takeaway from the whole game is simply this: we can get so much better. We're only scratching the surface of how good this team could be, and so we're looking forward to seeing what we can do this weekend.
It's interesting you actually bring that up because now you guys are a third of the way through the season. You're 2-2 right now. Obviously, that first game in Philadelphia, probably the one that kind of got away from you guys. The one against Washington, you kind of throw that on the back burner. You learn from it, and you obviously learn from it this coming week or this past week with the win over Baltimore. The way you look at it now, how do you evaluate this football team on both sides, knowing that you guys are 2-2? You just said you guys could be a lot better, but you're sitting kind of pretty right now, tied for second place, despite the fact you've made mistakes. Yet you're 2-2, and there's just so much more this team can do.
Well, I told the team earlier this week, I mean, we could be a very good football team, and we've got a lot of football ahead of us. But at the same time, being 2-2, we're exactly even with our points scored and our points given up. So when you look at it, we're at where we should be at this point in the season, given our statistics. But, you know, statistics sometimes belie what's going to be in front of a team. And I think that it's truly indicative this week of how we can be going down the stretch and what we need to do to increase the productivity of both our offense and our defense and our special teams too. But really defensively, we've been playing great, you know, and I really I'm appreciative of the defense and the effort they put in every week. And offensively, we're just starting to get better. So I think a lot of bright future ahead of this team. You know, in recent memory, I can only remember a few teams that have had this type of bond. Our team is well bonded. It's a great locker room. So, you know, I'm confident we'll turn things in a positive direction for the weeks to come.
One of those guys will be joining us in the next segment after our first break. Kiante Northington, defensive back, had 2 interceptions in the last game, so we'll get to talk to him, get his thoughts on this past game and also the upcoming one as well. Guys have been banged up. We know it's football. It happens. Even if you guys tailor off in the week when you're not hitting, if you're just doing walkthroughs, less contact. But it happens. It's because we know it's football. It happens every single week. Guys are going to be banged up. I would be shocked if I see any football player go an entire season completely unscathed without even a bruise on themselves. So there are some guys banged up. Some guys have been limited in practice. How do you evaluate those guys? And I'm assuming everyone's good to go for this Saturday. Yeah, we just try to make sure they're ready for game day. And, our training staff and our medical staff and the coaches all talk about how we need to, tailor some reps to some guys and probably back off a little bit during the week and just be smart with the injuries that we have. And, luckily for us, a lot of the injuries that we've sustained over the first 4 weeks aren't that serious, with the exception being Cornelius Lewis. But, it's football, and things are going to happen. And, these players have to take care of their body, and they do that. And it's just you just can't foresee some of the things that happen out there. But they're going to lay it on the line this week just like they do every week. And these guys have a short memory. You can ask Kiante. They're geared up for this one, and they know that they have to play hard this week. They know they have to play smart. They've got a very good football team coming in, but these are the weeks we live for. Speaking of Albany, that team that is coming into Boardwalk Hall this Saturday, the Albany Empire are 4-0 on the season. They have MVP quarterback in Tommy Grady. He's one of the best. He's been in this league for a long time as well. The guy can air it out. He throws a lot of jump balls as well, but the stats are right there. He rarely turns the ball over. It seems like a lot of these guys, we mention every week, because of you only have 6 teams in the league this year. It's rebuilding, but it's a very veteran type of league, and that's where you'll get these good quarterbacks from. But again, Tommy Grady is one of the best. You've coached him before. I mean, how do you stop Tommy Grady in Albany this week? Well, I've had him in a season when he threw 147 touchdown passes, which is a league record. And, you don't stop him. I mean, Tommy's not going to get fooled by anything that we're doing. But the thing about it is you make the people that are around him, suffer the consequences, so to speak, or have some different looks or do something that, that surprises them. And then by that conjunction, you're going to wind up making plays. And, defensively, we've got a few things that we're working on for this game and I think are going to be good for us. And, the other thing is he was in a shootout against Philadelphia where they didn't stop him at all except for him taking a knee at the end of the game. So they've been in different games where they've had to rely on their defense, and we've been in those games, and Tommy's been in a game where he's been near perfect. So when you look at Tommy Grady, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever been around. And I'm not talking about just in the AFL, NFL, CFL, you name it. This is one of the best quarterbacks that I've ever been around because of his knowledge of the game, the strength of his arm, and his just desire to win. Isn't that stat amazing? Just for the folks that are listening out there, arena football, obviously you're going to score a lot, but he threw 147 touchdown passes in one season when a guy, right here in Atlantic City, Randy Hipper, when he was an MVP, he threw over 80. One year he threw over 90, and I tell people that, and they're like, wow, that's insane. I said, yeah, but that's not even close to the all-time record. Can you believe that Grady's all-time record is about 50 above what Randy did the other year? I mean, to me, that's just mind-blowing. 147 in one season. Well, it also helps that we're playing in a 14-game schedule, a 12-game schedule, actually, in the regular season, and 14 if it would be the playoffs. But, he was playing a 16 and 18-game schedule. Yeah, I was going to say, that must have been the year that you guys threw out, 16 or 18 games in the regular season that year? Yeah, so it did help him a little bit, but still, that's ridiculous, and he's that type of guy. I mean, he lights it up, he understands what he's doing, and he's quick to recognize what's going on in the secondary. So, with him, it's just it's all about his productivity over the years, and he's been one of the most productive quarterbacks in the history of the game. Kiante Northington will join us next. Coach, real quick before we hit the break, what's it like to have this home stretch? Obviously, you won last week at home. You have this week at home against a good Albany team. Then Baltimore comes right back to town next week, right back at Boardwalk Hall. So it's a nice little stretch here before the 4-game road trip. Exceptionally valuable when you think about it, because we've been able to practice in our own facility, on our game field. That's huge for us. But the other thing that's big about it is having that stretch in a row where you are a little bit banged up. You'd rather play at home when you're a little bit nicked up than going on the road. But, our players love the facility they're in, and we like being able to walk out there and practice and have our meetings and everything right there, at Boardwalk Hall. So it's a special place for us right now, and we're developing that kinship not only with the city but with the people that run the facility over there. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, defensive back Kiante Northington will join the program. You're listening to Blackjacks Weekly, presented by Bud Light, live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The Eastern Conference Finals. After dropping games 1 and 2 in Milwaukee, the Raptors storm back to win back-to-back games in Toronto.
Kawhi outside the mid-post, facing up, rises and hits.
Now the series returns to Milwaukee. Will home court rule again, or can the Raptors make it 3 straight?
It's Raptors-Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 5 coverage begins tonight at 7 p.m.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
Tropicana Atlantic City is not just a 24-hour gaming destination, it's a premier resort providing entertainment for everyone. Located on the beach and boardwalk, it's home to a wide variety of restaurants, bars, pools, and their very own IMAX theater. This season, Tropicana Atlantic City is proud to team up with the Atlantic City Blackjacks as the 2019 inaugural season presenting sponsor. For more information, visit Tropicana.net. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tilton Fitness, the official gym of the Atlantic City Blackjack players and Diamonds Dance Team, invites you to visit one of our 7 locations throughout New Jersey. Try one of Tilton Fitness's award-winning group exercise classes with over 125 to choose from every week. Use our state-of-the-art cardio and resistance equipment. Take a swim in our pool. Relax in our jacuzzi, steam room, or sauna. And complimentary babysitting for up to 2 hours. Tilton Fitness. See what we have to offer you.
36-month leases, 10,500 miles per year. 3,900 down, no security deposit, 695 bank fee. Savings include factory rebate and dealer discount. With approved credit through Ford Credit, tax, title, and license extra. Ends May 31st. Number 1 claim from 2018 total new vehicle sales per Ford reports.
It's here and it's now. Only number 1 Williston Ford can bring you a Memorial Day sales event this good. Every new Ford is on sale. Get $5,000 factory cash back on every new SUV in stock. Here's General Manager Ivan Nelson with more.
We have $5,000 cash back on every new SUV, or save $12,000 off MSRP on all 2018 Ford F-150s, or choose 0% APR financing for 72 months on select 2019 Ford F-150s.
Looking for an SUV? Drive a new 2019 Ford Escape SE or Ford EcoSport SE for only $157 a month.
Or drive a new 2019 Ford Explorer XLT for only $199 a month.
Make the money-saving drive to Williston Ford, the number 1 volume Ford dealer in Cumberland County, Salem County, and Cape May County.
North Delsey Drive in Vineland, online at LillistonFord.com.
Never go hungry when you have Stir It Up Catering right around the corner. Established in 2002, Stir It Up caters events from Cape May to Philly and everything in between. Catering services range from elegant dinner parties and large weddings to casual food for a laid-back gathering. Standing by the Jersey Fresh motto, Stir It Up Catering supports local farms and fisheries by selecting all homegrown products. Stop by their new storefront off Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township or go online to stirritupnj.com.
The doctors at Reconstructive Orthopedics are dedicated to getting you expert orthopedic care you need for your bone, joint, muscle, or ligament injury or condition. When you need exceptional care focused on you, see the same orthopedic doctors that treat the Atlantic City Blackjacks at Reconstructive Orthopedics. Available in Bordentown, Cherry Hill, Medford, Morristown, Sewell, Vineland, and Voorhees. Reconstructive Orthopedics, focused on you.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township.
First and 10 to the 6. Boyd back to throw. He is looking. He's going to air it out deep. Wants Tompkins, and it is picked off. Picked off Kiante Northington on the first play of the drive, and the Blackjacks get the ball right back. 2nd and 5 from the 9. Tompkins, the motion man. Boyd takes the snap. He is back to throw. Pressure coming. He'll fire to the end zone, and it is picked off again. It's Northington again. Wow. Just like that, the Blackjacks get it back. Kiante Northington came into the game with 0 picks. He's got 2 in 3 plays. Those calls, of course, heard on 97.3 ESPN. Me and Coffee Jones. Kiante Northington joining the program now here on Blackjacks Weekly, presented by Bud Light, live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. Kiante, I mean, what'd you eat during pregames? I don't know. What'd you do? All of a sudden, you have 2 picks in 3 plays. What are you doing out there?
I ain't nothing too special. We got catered combines, the same old veggies, pasta, good for you, good before the game. I snuck in some gummy worms pre-game,
Little extra sugar rush for those 2 picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Take me through both those plays. I mean, that first one, you kind of just you beat out the guy Tompkins on the jump ball, but that second one, I honestly thought Tompkins was going to catch in the back of the end zone. You undercut his route from behind him and came back in front of him. To me, that was the most impressive thing I saw all day.
Well, the first one, he kind of ran a hitch and go, and ran a post across my face, and I just flipped over and seen the ball, went up and got it before he could get to it. Then the second one, he kind of ran a wall route, and I used kind of a vet move and swung myself through. And thank God the ref didn't call the PI. But yeah, I swung myself through and seen the ball and picked it.
It's interesting you say a veteran move, because you're a rookie in this league, but you did play in an indoor league last year with Massachusetts. So take me through what your football career has been like when you go from college, the outdoor game, then you go to Massachusetts last year, get the indoor experience. Now you're in the top of the line indoor league in the Arena Football League here with Atlantic City.
With indoor, you can't really hide when you're playing DB. Imano live, get the man on man, you can't really hide. From NAL to the AFL, the difference is mostly the speed and the quarterback. They get the ball out a lot faster, so that's one thing I had to adjust to. But I'm adjusting pretty well, as you say. But I like it. I like playing the NFL. Better competition. Like I said, faster all-around game.
Obviously, people can see the obvious differences between the outdoor game and the indoor game. Obviously, the field is 50 yards. It's a much more tight, confined space in arena football. But tell me something from the defensive back's perspective. You just mentioned it just now. You can't hide out there when in the outdoor game you got guys can kind of hang out on an island. I mean, you look at a lot of free safeties in the NFL or even in college. They're kind of playing center field out there. When a guy like you, there's 3 receivers in the field. There's 3 defensive backs in the field. You always have a man. You always have a job. You can't just play back. You can't play center field, so to speak, and go for an interception. So take me through your responsibilities as a defensive back in the indoor game as compared to the college or the NFL.
Well, in the indoor game, we don't run too many zones. Like I said, mano, line up man in front of you. But with the indoor game, you got high motion guys starting 15 yards back, running full speed at you. So you got to be ready to get back in your back pedal and react, read what you react off what you see.
Now, for your career, you obviously, every guy dreams of going from college straight to the NFL. You were not drafted, and you actually weren't signed that, and you ended up in Massachusetts. And now you're here in Atlantic City. Do you feel you can use this as a springboard to get back to the outdoor game, or do you feel like you can actually make yourself and have a long career in the indoor game because you actually like it so much?
Oh, yeah, I love it here, but like you said, I didn't get signed out of college. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get down on myself. I just kept on working hard. I'm definitely want to use this to try to get to the next level, but if I love it here. Like I said, if I can play here, I'm going to keep on playing here till something else calls my name.
What's it like playing with guys that are big-time veterans in this league? You look at your defensive teammates, guys like Antron Dillon and Monte Lewis. They've been in this league for a long time. Lyndon Trail, he's also I know he's a rookie, but he's bounced around too in this league. But so you look at guys that have been in this league for a while. Do you kind of use them to lean on them for experience and advice at what it means to play in this league and possibly get back to the next level, or just extend your career longer in this league? Oh yeah, I definitely look at them as a role model. Like I tell them, my ears are always open. I'm always willing to listen. So if they got anything they want to tell me, I'm always open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm always looking to learn. So that's the big thing about me. Like I'm not hard-headed. I'm always looking to learn, see new stuff. Yeah. What's Atlantic City been like for you? Obviously it's an expansion team in the Arena Football League. Everybody's new to the area. Everybody's new to this team. But what's it been like for you going from obviously Massachusetts in a different league to now this league in Atlantic City? I know everyone calls it the East Coast Vegas, but it's also you're with guys that are fellow rookies in this team, but guys who have been in the league a long time. And look at your quarterback, Brady Hipper. He's been in this league for a long time. What's it like having this mesh of guys in this new place in Arena Football? We have a good mesh of guys. We all get along. We all like being around each other. Like you said, Atlantic City, East Coast Vegas. And yeah, before I came up here, I looked up a lot, see what it was like. You know what I'm saying? And people
people's telling me like it's not like how it used to be, and I can see that. But hopefully we can bring it back to how it was.
How's the community feel treating you? Obviously, you guys have done a lot of stuff in the community so far within Atlantic City and also the neighboring towns. It's a very tight-knit community, I would say, for South Jersey. What's that been like for you and your teammates?
Well, the community, they just now getting involved. They just figuring out like about the team and stuff. So, but as far as I know, they love us, and they as long as they keep on winning, they're gonna keep on coming out. So, I think that'll be it's good for the community. I think it's gonna be good to bring back the community and get more people involved.
So let's look at the game ahead this weekend. Albany is on the agenda here. I just talked to Coach before about Tommy Grady. You're a defensive back. He's going to be gunning for you. He's going to be gunning for Marvin Ross. He's going to be going after everybody on that defense because he's one of the best. And as Coach mentioned, probably the best quarterback he's seen around in this time. How do you stop Tommy Grady, or at least how do you limit him and force him into mistakes?
Well, like you said, he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks we're going to see all season. He has good 4 receivers, Malachi Jones. But we just got to do our 1/8, play the call, and everybody do their job. Defensive linemen, rest their pass lanes, and defensive backs play the call. Like I said, man on man.
Do you think it's what do you think the biggest key is to forcing him into mistakes? Do you think it's the pass rush, or do you think it happens to be you guys maintaining your tight one-on-one coverage?
I think it all goes hand in hand. Good pass rush, and we got to be step by step with the receiver.
All right. This is Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light, live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. We are going to step aside and take another break, where Coach will rejoin us for the final segment of the show. Make sure to keep it locked here. Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Atlantic City Blackjacks football is on 97.3 ESPN. Listen all season as the voice of the Blackjacks, Nick Kosko and Coffee Jones, bring you all the exciting play-by-play action.
Quarterback sneak over the goal line. Touchdown, Blackjacks.
The Blackjacks host the Albany Empire at Boardwalk Hall.
This Saturday, kickoff at 7 p.m. It's Atlantic City Blackjacks Arena League football
on 97.3 ESPN.
We're all in.
Tropicana Atlantic City is not just a 24-hour gaming destination, it's a premier resort providing entertainment for everyone. Located on the beach and boardwalk, it's home to a wide variety of restaurants, bars, pools, and their very own IMAX theater. This season, Tropicana Atlantic City is proud to team up with the Atlantic City Blackjacks as the 2019 inaugural season presenting sponsor. For more information, visit Tropicana.net. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
Tilton Fitness, the official gym of the Atlantic City Blackjack players and Diamonds Dance Team, invites you to visit one of our 7 locations throughout New Jersey. Try one of Tilton Fitness's award-winning group exercise classes with over 125 to choose from every week. Use our state-of-the-art cardio and resistance equipment. Take a swim in our pool. Relax in our jacuzzi, steam room, or sauna. And complimentary babysitting for up to 2 hours. Tilton Fitness. See what we have to offer you.
Now is the time to find your color, your paint, and everything to get your next project started during Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot. Transforming your room is easier than ever. With the best deals online and in-store, you can confidently select your color and the tools for your next paint project. Get a colorful new experience and the right paint for the right price. Save $10 on 1 gallon and $40 off 3 and 5 gallons for a limited time only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Limit 25 gallons per household. See store for details.
This isn't just the sound of an Amazon box. It's the Amazon box that turns your backyard into the neighborhood pool party. And this is the Amazon box that helps your kids go from training wheels to full-on daredevils. And this Amazon box turns you into a barbecue legend. This is the sound of summer in a box. Amazon's got everything you need this summer for your home, garden, and more.
So you think you have unlimited data?
Recalculating.
Think again. If you have unlimited data on a network you can't trust, your data is limited, and so are you. Set your smartphone free with a new unlimited mega plan from Total Wireless. For $50 a month, get unlimited data on the nation's best 4G LTE network with 25 gigs at high speed, then 2G.
You have arrived at your destination.
Stay connected with the new unlimited mega plan. Total Wireless, total confidence. Available at Walmart. See terms and conditions at totalwireless.com.
The doctors at Reconstructive Orthopedics are dedicated to getting you expert orthopedic care you need for your bone, joint, muscle, or ligament injury or condition. When you need exceptional care focused on you, see the same orthopedic doctors that treat the Atlantic City Blackjacks at Reconstructive Orthopedics. Available in Bordentown, Cherry Hill, Medford, Morristown, Sewell, Vineland, and Voorhees. Reconstructive Orthopedics, focused on you.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township.
Your Atlantic City Blackjacks move to 2-2 with a final score victory over the Baltimore Brigade of 48-41. Back here at Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light. Nick Kosko alongside Atlantic City head coach Ron James and, of course, defensive back Kiante Northington. Yes, Blackjacks coming off a nice 48-41 victory over the Baltimore Brigade. They'll take on the Albany Empire this weekend as they come to Boardwalk Hall. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Of course, pregame coverage begins right here on 97.3 ESPN at 6:30 p.m. And the Blackjacks will be home the following Saturday as well as Baltimore comes back to town. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff at Boardwalk Hall before the 4-game road trip. And Coach, you mentioned it at practice. All of a sudden you play 2 more games. You're halfway through the season already. It seems like it's flying by this season.
Well, it always does. The AFL season really, because it's not only high pace, but every week it's just rapid fire. You're into the next game, and you really don't have any time to breathe. It's on top of you so quickly. I always feel like after our 3 days of practice, we get our walkthrough, and it's like, wow, we're playing already. But that's kind of the nature of the business, and we're getting used to that right now, and everybody's getting used to the tempo of what we have to do both in practice and for the weeks that we have to adjust.
Kiante, are you feeling the same way where it's like, all right, you come off a win, you have Monday off to recover, get your treatment, all of a sudden you're practicing 2 days, and then it's Thursday today. You guys were out there in no pads, going over stuff, and then all of a sudden you get your walkthroughs tomorrow. Do these weeks fly by for you too?
Oh, yeah, it definitely flies by. I can remember I was in camp, worried if I was going to get cut or not. But, yeah, it's definitely flying by. You got to take all your reps seriously because, like you said, it's flying by. You got to watch film, get in training room, get your body together because game time will be here in no time.
It's interesting, Coach, that you're the one who preaches tempo all the time. You want fast, efficient reps. You don't have to do it 1,000 times. If you do it right 1 or 2 times, all right, cool, we got it, on to the next one. Preach tempo because that's the way the game is played for the most part.
Oh, exactly right. And we try to replicate it as tight or as often as we can. And the scripts that we put together are well thought out, so we're making sure that our reps that are going to count and they're exact to what we're going to see and what we expect to do. And so, every week, guys like Kiante know that, we're going to study the opponent very, very well, and we're going to make sure that we're prepared during practice to get ourselves at our peak come game day.
Real quick, black on black last week. Do we have a repeat uniform this weekend, or are we changing it up?
I'll leave it to the player to tell me.
I think we're going black. We've been winning in black, so the guys want to keep going in black.
Black on black?
Yeah.
I would say that's probably your favorite uniform so far, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We've been winning it, so we can't complain.
Maybe we'll try to sneak it on the road, too. Maybe we'll just wear black on black for the whole rest of the season.
Yep.
All right, thanks to Kiante Northington for joining us. Head coach Ron James, as always, is my co-host. I am Nick Kosko saying so long. You have been listening to Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light, live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. Blackjacks take on Albany this Saturday at 7 p.m. Pregame coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. right here on 97.3 ESPN. Keep it locked. Further programming coming up right here on 97.3 ESPN.